The summer of 2021 was a typical Kentucky summer, and long and lazy and hot and humid. But I did manage to get out a few times and put the camera to good use, all the while looking forward to the cooler days of fall and returning to Shanty Hollow to capture the sights and sounds and colors of this amazing place. And fall in Kentucky seems to take a long, long process to arrive, but by the end of September, a few hints of the coming season begin to show themselves. You'll have a splash of color here and a cooler day filtering in there, but the green of summer tends to just hang on and on. But by the end of and toward the end of October, a shift begins. Almost overnight, the colors explode across the landscape. The best time to capture fall woodland images is on an overcast day. And this day, the skies grew dark, releasing a gentle but steady rain that soaked the leaves and turned their fall colors into a radiant glow. I could not have picked a better day. We were here last summer because we're here at Shanty Hollow again. This is the fall, and this is just about the peak. It's time for the fall colors. We got maybe another day or two, and it's probably going to hit its peak. And this was the same location we shot earlier in that previous video. And this place is absolutely spectacular in the fall. It's wonderful any time of year, but in the fall it is just incredible. Your eye is just drawn to this location. You've got over here, you've got the big boulder that's fallen off of the bluff that's way back off to the right, and then of course you've got the stream that kind of meanders down through here, and then we got the little group of trees in there, and over here, then right here in front, I get my finger in it right in there. And you got this little group of, I don't know, some little bush that's turned yellow, and adds a nice little foreground touch to it. Again, this is one of those moments where you can just point your camera almost anywhere and come up with an amazing photograph. But this angle and this post and this position, you can't help but just love being here. And I think the photograph, I'd see over here, you've got this big tree on the right, big dominant tree on the right, and then you got this little bit smaller one here on the left that kind of frames it. We'll go ahead and take that picture too. But you can, of course, you can crop it and do whatever you want to with it. But it's just an absolutely amazing place, and just sometimes I like to just come down here and just sit, turn the camera off, and just sit and listen to the wind going through the trees, listen to the water as it meanders down through this little ravine. And I got some people that's just walked in behind me here. You may be able to hear them, I don't know. But people tend to, when they come out here, they tend to think they have to be loud when they get here. They can't just sit and be quiet. I love the quiet. I love just sitting and embracing the wonder and beauty and naturalness of creation and nature itself. I've stepped down into the little ravine here down by the creek, and I've got a really nice angle on this. Now this is the shot that I'll shoot vertically, in vertical format. I can't demonstrate that here. I'll show it to you here in a minute, but I can't do that with the camera because it'll it'll turn it upside down. Anyway, it doesn't work when shooting video like that. Again, this is one of those spots that we shot last time that I was here. And when I'm doing this, what I'm looking for, and I'm going to shoot this in a vertical mode, but what I'm looking for is a lot of foreground like you see down in here. Something like this. You got all these different speckled colors in here with the yellows and browns and reds and things in there. And you've got the little sparkle of the water running through. And then you've got that middle ground in there to where you have some green, and you've got these things here that kind of converge right in here, and it kind of points you right to this big rock right up there. And then you have the things that sort of frame it, which are the trees off the one side here on the left, and then again here on the right. And when you're shooting like this, you're really always looking for separation. I've mentioned that before. You want separation in the trees, you want separation back over here, you don't want any harsh lights in there. I'm not using a polarizer today, and there's pros and cons about using one, but I think I get, with this particular camera and lens, I think it does pretty good without the polarizer. But anyway, it's just a kind of a pointer, and we'll show you the the finished photo here right here in just a moment. As I made my way deeper into the Shanty Hollow ravine, the waterfall came into view. I could hear it first, and then as you kind of move up toward the bluff more, it kind of opens up and you can kind of see it off in the distance. And so with the recent rains, it had a good flow, but it was nowhere near the peak rate that I've seen it have. But the waterfall ravine perhaps is the main attraction for this area. For here you encounter some of the most scenic elements found along this trail. And I've photographed this location so many times, I've often found it difficult to capture it in a unique way, but there's always something new to discover here, and I've never failed to find something new each time. And you see, light has a way of creating and altering the atmosphere of this location, combined with the newness of the fall season. I wasn't disappointed on this day. The nice soft light and the glow that the rain gave to the leaves and everything really made this place really stand out. And capturing the waterfall usually requires a slow shutter speed, and it kind of depends on the effect you want. But with the low light that we had, that I had on this day, I really had no problems utilizing that technique. I'm standing in front of probably one of my favorite places here on the trail, and you can see off to my left, and that the big bluff here, and how it kind of wraps itself on around. It goes all the way back this way to the waterfall area, and then it kind of loops around back on the other side as well. And I have photographed this location right here where we're standing dozens of times in all kinds of seasons. And every time I come through here, I see something new. I see something that just really stands out. And if you can tell or not, there's a tree here just behind me, off to the left here, right up next to the bluff. And I'm not sure what kind it is. It might be a sassafras tree or something. I'm not real sure. But it's got these real bold red leaves on it, and very contrasty compared to the stark gray of the bluff, and with some of the green and yellows that are kind of scattered all through this little top part of this trail. And it really makes for a wonderful color contrast, because off to the left here is some colors that kind of balance it somewhat. And it's hard to balance this one compositionally, because of the hard, heavy nature of the bluff, and I need something kind of big over here. But I got to thinking about it. The color balance in here is really what balances this thing, is what frames it. It's framed by the color itself, and so that's really kind of what stood out for me. I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like here. Whoop, on the camera. Camera just went off. There we go. Get in close so I can focus it. Yeah, you can see, you can kind of get an idea of the composition that I'm doing there. And the colors are just spectacular there. Let's go back here and see if I can't get this thing refocused. Okay. And it has been an absolutely amazing day today. It was raining when I first left the house, and I thought, well, it's not raining hard enough where I'm worried about it. But this soft light of the overcast skies and the dampness from the rain has just made the colors absolutely explode across this landscape. You have the vibrant greens and the deep dark yellows and the brighter cheery yellows, and you got the reds and the browns, and it's just absolutely an incredible experience today. And I don't know that I could have picked a better day to come out here. I hope you have enjoyed this along with me. It's been Shanty Hollow is absolutely one of my favorite locations to explore and photograph and to create a memory through the lens of that camera. And it's something that I'll always remember, and I'll never let go of it, no matter what happens. After spending the better part of the day hiking into and photographing this rustic ravine, I stopped for a few moments just to listen to the haunting sounds of Shanty Hollow. There is a soothing aura found within its boundaries. It's an aura that helped me redefine what the concept of it's about the experience of being there and what it truly means.